Welcome to Learn Short and Typing with Vikas sir. Exercise number 10 and 11. Continuously dictation 100 word per minute. Monthly magazine. November 2021. Be ready? Start. The bill rightly attaches great importance to selection of people for the clerical cadre because the clerical staff constitute the largest proportion of the total manpower and it is they who give the banking service to the people. Rapid expansion of banking ensures further that many of them will soon get promotion to the officers cadre. It has been estimated that every clerk can hope to reach the officers cadre in 10 or 12 years time. Every clerk is therefore a potential officer, but to be effective recruitment should attempt to attract appropriate skills and attitude, and search for suitable talent should not be restricted to the first point of entry in the bank at the clerical level. It should also be extended to attract sufficient number of persons who possess executive skill. With the functional enlargement of the banks, they require the service of experts such as agricultural scientists and those who are experts in engineering. Recruitment of such personnel should also be considered by the Banking Commission. A provision in the bill enables the government to increase the proportion of such junior staff from 25% to 33%. In my view, it is a welcome provision. There is a provision that a certain percentage shall be reserved for scheduled castes and scheduled tribes. This percentage has to be determined according to the general principles and also the requirements of the banks. One provision says that the commission will have certain advisory functions. It is an important provision. We know how in government services very difficult problems of promotion and seniority arise. It is better that they are solved by a third body rather than the superior officers who have sometimes prejudices against people working under them. I hope this provision will be used for that purpose. I will not take any more time of the House by dilating on the details of the bill. I hope the honorable members will accept the basic idea behind the bill. The establishment of a commission on the lines envisaged will impart objectivity and impartiality in the recruitment procedures of the banks by prescribing uniform qualifications and eligibility standards applicable in all public sector banks and thereby help to tap the right type of persons for the banking industry. Finally, there is a last clause which says that the government may extend the provisions of this bill to other banks. If the Banking Service Commission could cover the recruitment of other commercial banks also, so much the better. We will have uniform standards for recruitment of personnel in all the banks. With these words, I support the bill. Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, I am very happy that the honorable member has brought this bill before this honorable house. Last time in the year 1999 when the same kind of bill was brought here through though I was present at that time, I could not participate in the debate when the Honorable Law Minister intervened while appreciating the spirit of the bill, said that it is not possible for him to support this bill on the ground that if we include this in the fundamental rights in Article 19, then it cannot be enforced at all. He added that we must make a law which is enforceable, and there is no use in passing all sorts of laws which are not in a position to implement. That was his line of argument, and I think that was the correct line. I also appreciate the spirit of this bill. We know that this is a gigantic problem in this country. It is now most unfortunate that 50 years after independence, we are not in a position to provide jobs to our young people. This is the reason why in many states youngsters are attracted to terrorism. It is not their fault, it is our fault because we are not providing jobs to them, we are not providing any assistance to them, at least to live. That is why these youths are misguided by some people because of economic pressures. They are being attracted to these things and they are joining such movements. It is a very fundamental issue when we are thinking of terrorism and any other problem. It is our law, a law and order problem. Ultimately, an economic problem is also a law and order problem. When people are not satisfied, when people do not get food, clothing, and shelter naturally, they will think of other methods of making money. That is why crimes are going up. In the very capital city of Delhi, we find every day that crimes like robbery, dacoity, murder, and other crimes are going up. So it is very essential for us, for the government, how best we tackle this problem. There are so many methods. I am very happy to say that our government have been several steps in this regard. When we go through the report of the Rural Reconstruction Ministry, we see that many steps have been taken. Full stop.